So we purchased the Dish Network Tailgater Satellite TV, and this one is made by King, and let's see, it's got HD TV, satellite anywhere. The best thing about this, sorry about that, stepped in the sunlight, is it's got pay as you go. So you can pay for a month and then not pay for a month, and pay for a month and not pay for a month. And they have many different plan options as well, with many different channels. So I think the option that we're going to go with is about $80 a month. So let's open it and look at this dish, this satellite. So there it is. The reason I went with the King instead of the other one, that Camping World, we bought this at Camping World, the other one that Camping World had, which was made by Winegard, is this one has built-in mounting bracket. So this is the mounting bracket to mount it to the roof, which I'm going to do, and that is a hole there it's up to screw it down to the roof. So this one has built-in holes. There's another one right there, and then there's one here on the back side as well. Actually, I think there's two. Yep, there's one here and then one right here, so one on each side. So you got 4 holes to mount it onto your roof. If you went with the Winegard, you bought this dome, and then you had to buy the mounting bracket, and the mounting bracket was $50, where we bought this on sale at Camping World, and this whole setup was about $20 more than the Winegard on sale. So let's get up on the roof and get it installed. So the RV park that we're at, which is Old Stone Village RV Park, was nice enough to bring me over an extension ladder, because our trailer does not have a ladder on it like some do. So I want to talk a little bit about ladder safety first, and roof safety. Always make sure that you set up your ladder per the manufacturer's suggestions if you don't have one attached to your trailer. Make sure that you're aware while you're on your roof of your surroundings, where the edges of the roof of the trailer are. Now granted, most of these trailers are not very tall, but you're still going to hurt yourself if you fall. So I've been a contractor for many years now, and I have fallen off ladders before, and it doesn't exactly feel good. So I just want everybody to make sure that they are following all safety precautions that you should follow while you're on a roof. And if you're not comfortable getting up on your roof of your RV, I really recommend having a professional install anything that you'd like installed on your roof. So I'm up on my roof now, and I'm going to go over everything that I have up here with me, which honestly isn't very much. Obviously the satellite, tape measure to measure out where I'm going to put a hole in the roof for the coax cable going down through the roof. My drill with a Phillips bit on it to attach the 4 screws through each of the holes, the 4 holes in the satellite dish. A 1/2-inch drill bit. The drill bit will be for the coax cable. So I'm going to drill a hole 80 inches back, which puts me into a cabinet in Connor's room, and right below that cabinet is actually where all the connections for the TVs are, and so that's going to be perfect for me to go straight down into that lower access area where all those connections are, and connect that coax cable. I have some rags up here because I have the caulking to seal all my penetrations, and then I'm going to be using a Dicor product, and it is lap sealant. It's self-leveling. This color is tan, unfortunately. It's not white, but obviously it's up on the roof. Nobody's going to see it. So I picked this up at Camping World. I'll see if it's on Amazon, put a link to it below. The caulking gun's just a cheap caulking gun that I bought from the trailer that I picked up at Home Depot. Just a standard rigid, cheap drill. And then this, and this is butyl tape. I use this a lot in commercial construction. I'll see if I can find it on Amazon, but I picked it up at Home Depot, and it's really good for sealing different penetrations and roofs and whatnot. So again, I'm on a roof. I know where my surroundings are. I know that I have a vent back here, a vent next to me as well. Vent here. So I want to make sure that I, pay attention to my surroundings and make sure that I'm not going to fall off the roof. So let's go ahead and get started. The dish, I'm going to mount the front of it into one of the ribs or one of the trusses in the roof. And the reason I mount the front is because that's the side that we're getting the most wind as we're traveling down the highway. So just lining it up here on one of these ribs. I want to make sure that the dish is away from other obstructions like the AC or some vents. That way it can get a clear view of the southern sky, because that's what it needs to connect with the satellites. So I'm going to get some screws started here in each of the 4 holes. Really all I'm doing is marking the location, and then I'll remove the satellite dish and put some caulking in those 4 spots. I know you can't see the 2 holes back here, but I'm just doing the same on the back side to the 2 holes that I showed you previously. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes here. There's my 4 holes. I'm going to open the caulking tube. What I did not bring up with me was a knife to cut this. It does have a spout cutter in the caulking gun, but they don't always work very well. You always want to make sure that you poke it really well. Otherwise it can blow out the back or blow out the side of the caulking gun. Now these sharp objects like the screws and the drill bit, I want to leave on a towel up here so they don't scratch the roof or accidentally put an additional hole in the roof that I'd have to seal. Put a little bit on the bottom here as well in those 4 locations. Now this lap sealant is very, very messy. So just want to make sure that you put it down in the right spot, which mine's not. So I'm going to try to line it up with the holes that I put in. This can be a little bit difficult getting it to match up to those holes. I got the backside matched up. I got it sitting up off the roof a little bit. What I want to do, I want to try to get some of the caulking onto the screw as well before I put the screw all the way into the roof. Clean my fingers off as best as possible. Alright, so this screw's sticking up. So I'm going to just coat that screw. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just coat the screw. In this situation, my opinion is more is better when it comes to the caulking. Okay, I have all 4 of the screws coated. I'm going to screw these into the roof. Clean that off. You can feel that grab. You want to make sure that you don't over tighten it. If you over tighten these, turn my drill down a little bit. If you over tighten them, you can strip the hole and then it's not grabbing onto anything. You can see that's already secure, and I still have the 2 back ones to do. Alright, that is secured all the way around. Brought the butyl tape up in case I wanted to put it below the holes. I decided not to though. One reason why is I'm going to caulk these little cutouts closed where the screws go. Put some caulk around the base feet as well. Again, I'm sorry about the airplane going over. We are right next to an airport. So again, when it comes to my RV roof, I'm a firm believer, and if you're putting a hole in it, more sealant is better than less sealant. Here comes one more airplane. Okay, so 80 inches back, just in from the side. I didn't want this too close to the edge of the trailer. It looks like, I'll have to measure this. It looks like this does stick up higher than my AC. So I'm gonna have to measure how tall the trailer is again and get that figured out. So I make sure I don't take this off under any trees or ridges or anything like that. That hole clean, just to the sawdust around it for when I put the sealant around that hole. So I'm going to stick this down there, and then we're going to go down there and see if we find it. Fortunately, trying to get two holes to line up is not always the easiest. Alright, that's secured. Let's go downstairs and see if we can find that hole. Alright, so we're back here in Connor's room. This is the cabinet that I'm hoping that coax wire is in. And then that access panel right there is where all the coax cables from all the different TV locations go into. So, that one right there. So, first things first, is the wire in here? Was my 80 inches correct? And the wire is in here. Not in a bad spot, but that spot will definitely work. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit right here. And then we'll get back up on the roof and let's seal that up on the roof after we push down as much wire as we need and connect it to the satellite dish. So here is the finished product. You can see that I got that wire cocked in really good. I picked up this butyl tape right here, put that over the coax wire, fed the coax wire behind the handle and zip tied it to it, and then got it screwed in there on the other side. So that is all completely installed. Alright, so back inside you can see how much extra cable I have here. I'm just going to coil that up in the bottom cabinet. So I need to drill a hole through each of these shelves. And he's got an Xbox and DVD player in there. And all I did was poke a hole through the cabinet for his TV. And then through that shelf into this cabinet, and then through that shelf into the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so I got those holes poked through there. When I say poked through, I mean with a drill bit, obviously. It's kind of dark back here, but that one's right there. So now I'm going to do the fun part of vacuuming all these out and fish the wire down through there. Alright, so I got the mess in the cabinet all cleaned up. Now it's time to open this bottom cabinet. I've had this, or this bottom access panel. I've had this open before, and because when we bought the trailer, I went around and all these access panels in the trailer, I opened them. And I just had this open a little while ago. And what is in here is not what I thought was in here, or what I remembered being in here. So this little box here, it's called Key TV, Key TV, and I'll show you from the outside as well. And these are all the coax cables right here coming into it, and only the black one here on the right does not go to a, I believe, a TV location. That one actually goes up to the roof antenna. So all that's inside this box, because I've had this open before, is a that's a circuit board in there. These are some wires that light a light on that circuit board, and then there's two jacks, kind of like this one here. There's two jacks on the other side, one for satellite TV and one for cable. So I'll show you there. I'll show you those from outside. My plan is to poke a hole in the top here of this box, which goes into a compartment outside, and then screw it into the jack for the satellite TV, which will give satellite TV to all of those different TV setups. So the hole's right up there, and then I'm going to drill a hole in here as well. So let's get that going. Kind of difficult working in a small space to not get this wire all tangled up. Alright, and then I'm going to vacuum out this bottom area. Still dust in there from construction. Piece of wood. I'm gonna go outside and grab a zip tie, but I'm gonna coil this up instead of shortening the wire, because I want to keep the original ends on the coax cable. Original end meaning this end. So, let's see if I can get this manageable. And then run outside and grab a zip tie. want as few kinks in this as possible, which I don't seem to be accomplishing at the moment. There is a small wire in here. I'm actually going to run outside and grab one, probably 2, 3 zip ties. Part of that's going to fall off, hopefully all of it doesn't. So you guys sit here and listen to, well, whatever music I cut in here. Elevator music. And I'll be right back. So how was that elevator music? Was it enjoyable for you? Let me know. If it was, maybe I'll use it in the future. Alright. Put some zip ties on here. And wrap the whole package of zip ties in because inevitably I never grab enough of them. Leaving some loose right here for fishing it through the hole that I'll put in that black box. Alright, let's go outside and drill a hole in that black box. Alright, you can see right there where I drilled a hole. And the sunlight's coming through. So now, all we're going to do is take the coax wire and fish it through there. Go outside. Screw that on, seal the hole, and we're all done. I think what I'll do is I'll use that butyl tape that I have to seal the hole from the back side here, and then I will put caulking on it from the outside. That way it's nice and sealed up. Alright, so I put butyl tape on there. You can see that right there. The nice thing about that is it's pliable, it's moldable. You can kind of just mold it around the hole and around the wire as much as you need to. I'll take you outside and show you that I got the wire screwed in. We'll put some caulking around the hole outside. Before I go outside, I'm going to put this access panel back on here, and then I'll come back in and show you where I have the dish box, tuner, receiver, whatever they call it, box set up. We bought the Wally, and so I'll show you that, and then I'll call Dish and get everything all set up. So you can see that this is where the wire's coming out. I have it caulked in here with that same caulking, that die-core caulking that I used on the roof. And it's attached to the satellite port. And that's just a power button or a power light that shows that the unit has power, which is necessary for the antenna on the roof. But not necessary for what I'm using it for now. Again, this is the Key TV multi-source signal controller, which is basically just the antenna unit that is FM channels or FM radio station, and then over there channels in high def. So that's how I have the cable installed, and let's see how that's working on the TV now. So I've called and activated the receiver, and now it's just testing installation. I forgot to change where the coax cable is plugged in behind the TV. Right there. You can see that says SAT at the top of it. Right there. I forgot to change it from the bottom one, which is the antenna, to the satellite. So I think my installation may take a few moments longer, but we'll see. So here is the Wally dish receiver. I've already called the number and activated it. They gave you the stickers right there. You can see the smart card number and the receiver CAID number, and then they also gave you this sticker as well in the package. So I went ahead and just put those on the receiver, so I always know what the number is. And when I called the number, which was very easy, they only asked me for those numbers there. So anyways, this says 10 minutes. I have a feeling that it's going to be longer than 10 minutes, but at least I got it hooked up and got it working now. We'll go from there. The receiver's not going to stay there. I'm going to have to clean up probably this mess behind here. These are all of our Wi-Fi devices that we use. So I'll have to clean that up, and either the receiver will sit right here under the TV, or maybe I'll drill a hole through this countertop here so I can set the receiver down here on this shelf next to the stereo. So thanks for watching my video for installation of our new Dish Network King receiver and satellite. The satellite dish is made by King, the receiver is made by Dish, but it's a King satellite for Dish Network. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope that it's helped you on your installation. Find all the links for the products that I've used, or at least as many products as I can list, down in the description. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Go ahead and hit the bell, or even better, smash that bell and select all, so you'll be notified every time that we post videos. Videos are posted at 6 p.m. on Sundays. That's 6 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays, and occasionally we post other videos as well throughout the week. Thanks for watching, and have a great evening. Happy camping, stay safe, and remember, we hope life always continues to be an adventure.